1-0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff at Apollo 11. Coming to Apollo now. It's one small step for man.
July 20th, 1969, a day etched into history. The day humanity took its first steps on the moon. Neil Armstrong's famous words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," echoed across the globe, uniting people in awe and wonder. But what if I told you that not everyone believes this actually happened? What if one of humanity's greatest achievements was all a lie? Today, we're diving into one of the most controversial questions in modern history. Was the Apollo 11 moon landing real? Or was it the most elaborate hoax ever pulled off? Let's start with the facts. The Apollo 11 mission was the culmination of years of work by NASA, involving over 400,000 people and costing billions of dollars. The evidence is overwhelming. Thousands of photos, hours of video footage, moon rocks brought back to Earth, and even reflective mirrors left on the lunar surface that scientists still use today to measure the distance between the Earth and the moon. These moon rocks are unlike anything found on Earth. Their composition, age, and structure are consistent with what we'd expect from lunar material. They're the real deal. And let's not forget the global audience. Over 600 million people watch the moon landing live on TV. Could such a massive event really have been faked without a single whistleblower coming forward in over 50 years? But not everyone is convinced. Conspiracy theorists have pointed out what they claim are glaring inconsistencies in the Apollo 11 footage. For example, why is the American flag waving in a vacuum? Why are there no stars in the background? And why do the shadows in the photos seem to come from multiple light sources? Look, it's simple. NASA was under immense pressure to beat the Soviets in the space race. They didn't have the technology to land on the moon, so they faked it. The flag waving? That's because they were on a soundstage. No stars? Because they couldn't replicate the night sky accurately. Multiple light sources? That's studio lighting. These claims have been debunked countless times, but they persist. So, let's break them down. The flag wasn't waving because of wind, it was moving, because the astronauts were planting it into the ground. In a vacuum, once something starts moving, it keeps moving until it's stopped. As for the stars, the camera exposure was set for the bright lunar surface, making the stars too faint to appear. And the shadows? They're not inconsistent. They're just caused by the uneven terrain of the moon and the reflective properties of the lunar surface. This mirror was left on the moon by the Apollo 11 crew. Scientists around the world use it to bounce lasers off the moon and measure its distance. If the moon landing was faked, how do you explain this? Beyond the science, there's the human element. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins risked their lives for this mission. Armstrong was famously private, but he always maintained that the moon landing was real. Buzz Aldrin, now in his 90s, has even confronted conspiracy theorists head-on. Would these men have dedicated their lives to a lie? Would they have risked everything for a hoax? It's hard to imagine. Conspiracy theories thrive on distrust of authority and the desire to feel special or in the know. The moon landing is such a monumental event that it's almost easier for some people to believe it was faked than to accept the incredible achievement it represents. And let's be honest, it's a compelling story. The idea that governments lie to us, that we're being deceived on a massive scale, taps into our deepest fears and suspicions. Conspiracy theories thrive on distrust of authority and the desire to feel special or in the know. The moon landing is such a monumental event that it's almost easier for some people to believe it was faked than to accept the incredible achievement it represents. So, was the Apollo 11 moon landing real or fake? The evidence overwhelmingly supports that it was real. But the persistence of the conspiracy theory tells us something important about human nature. We're wired to question, to doubt, and to seek the truth. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. But in this case, the truth is clear. On July 20th, 1969, humanity did something extraordinary. We reached for the stars, and we touched them. Whether you believe it or not, the moon landing remains a testament to what we can achieve when we work together, push boundaries, and dare to dream. So, what do you think? Real or fake? Let me know in the comments below.